What's up, Charmaine? What's up, Fred them? Welcome, welcome, guys. Welcome. Lad, you all reach quick, eh? Um, I'll wait for a few more people to come. What y'all dealing with? Good night, everybody. How am I doing? I'm tired, but I'm doing some cleaning and stuff. But I still let me take a break to come talk about all this pasa pasa that's going on. Giving my little 2 cents, speak my mind. Who don't like it too bad? He's saying, boy, if now my thing with this is, see, everybody's lashing out at Dr. Love for saying what he wants to say in regards to the situation. Now, what you guys and what a lot of people fail to realize that Dr. Love didn't just dig this shit up out of his ass. Obviously, this was brought to him, right? And as as a bigger person, he has his platform, so he brought it out. Now, based on what I have observed, now he did his live and he brought in somebody on his live and the person spoke about it, right? Now, he was just like the rest of us, a listening ear, and gave his opinion, whatever the case is. So I don't see why everybody is like saying Dr. Love is this and Dr. Love is that. Dr. Love was never the one that broke out the information. You see what I mean? He just ran with the story that was given to him. So if anybody is to be blamed, it should be Kemar or whatever the hell his name is, because he's the one that broke out the story. Whatever, for whatever reason, you know, for whatever reason he decided to come out with this story, God knows. Only him and Cargo or Congo, whatever the hell his name is, knows why. Right? So just like what Dr. Love did, just like what Amari did, just like what Mix Up, what's his name? King Mix Up and everybody else did, is just went along with the story that's been put out there. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, Dr. Love was the first one to bring it out on his platform, which if I had the information, I would have probably brought it out there too, because you see child molestation, I don't take that lightly. Whether it's fake or real, something needs to be said, because you never know whether or not this is true. And with everything that's being said in regards to this situation, the man at the hour, the culprit himself, the person that's being accused, has yet to try to defend his name. Now, I don't know about you guys, but to me that kind of look away. Because if something like this is going on and my name is being called up, yeah, damn right I'm gonna come and try to defend that. Even though I don't owe you guys any obligation or whatever. But in a case like this, I'm gonna try to come at least try to explain myself. But this dude has said nothing in regards to it. Him and his wife came on live, and the wife tried to address the situation, and all he did was talk about his album and whatever is causing the beef between him and Kamara, whatever the case is. But that was not what the issue is about. The issue is about whether or not you did molest this child. That's what we need to hear about. Forget about the albums. Try to clear up what's being said about you. You know what I mean? Try to clear up what's being said about you. Or even if you can't clear it up, make every like as I there's always three sides to a story. You know what I mean? So there's two sides of it out there right now. Everybody's waiting on your side. Like, at least try to say something in regards to it. Don't just sit there with your mouth zip up. You know what I mean? And another thing, and the thing that's bothering me too, if this came about and Kamar knew about it, one, he where he went wrong was not saying anything and brought it out on social media. That's where I put him in the wrong. Because God forbid, if something happens to my nephew or my nieces or even one of my kids and somebody else finds out about it, I would want them to go to the authorities because, you know what I mean? This is something serious. My question to Kamar, why is it that when you heard about this, you did not go to the authorities? That's what I'm wondering. Instead of bringing it to the wife, and even if he did bring to the wife, shoved it on, she need to get locked up more than the rest of them. Because if this is really going on, and you're defending this man, what kind of parent are you? That makes no sense whatsoever. And, you know, as I said, there's always been, because she could also be in a situation where, you know, she could be in a situation where this really is happening and she's afraid, right? Because I was watching the live that him and her made, and out of all honesty, she seems nervous. You know what I mean? She seems nervous. It could be a situation where she's afraid of him, right? And because enough mad people out there, you know, and with a situation like that, she could think, okay, you know what? I need to be on his side just so I could keep myself and my kids them safe. You know what I mean? Even though, hey, you know, but at least if that's the case, pin somebody on the street and say something. The system is there to protect you and your kids. Keeping in mind, it's not all the time that the system is there. The system does what it's there to do. You know what I mean? Not all the time the system does what it's set up to do. But at least try to reach out to somebody to get, you know, to get some sort of help. Right? At least try to do that. But if this is the case and you know that this is going on to your child, and you're defending this person, you're a wicked woman, a wicked human being, right? So, first of all, Tamara, let me tell you something. Dr. Love was never the one that started this. This information was brought to Dr. Love, right? I'm not defending anyone, but I'm just speaking based on what I have observed. Dr. Love didn't dig this out of his ass. You know what I mean? It was brought to him. And we all live that he did when the man when Kamar came on and said his piece. So it was never the fact that he got up and said, oh, I'm going to make up this story. No, it was brought to him. Right? So whether or not Kamar is telling the truth, yes or no, he was the one that started this. And based on how he's going hard, me not think him a lie, you know. But I am not going to be the one to judge anyone. Until all this come out in the open, or until the truth is revealed, then I'm just like the rest of us, sitting on the back burner trying to figure out what's really going on. You know what I mean? So, I'm hoping to God that for the child's sake that this is all a charade. But if it's not, him and him wife need to see the last bottom of hell, because them wicked. And even the live that he did that Sunday where he's combing the little girl's hair, based on the you see, body language speaks a lot. And a person might not open their mouth, but you see your body language, it can tell a lot. And that little girl just heard the way her body language was speaking so loudly, as though she didn't want him close to her. She didn't want to be in the same vicinity that he was in. Like it's like she didn't even want him to touch her. You know what I mean? Her face was like she wanted to just die. Like she wanted to stab him. You know what I mean? And that's really, really sad. You know what I mean? And like, bottom line, Kamar's wrong. Yes, he's right for bringing it out there, but he could have done it a different way. Now, he could have gone to the authorities, let them know what's going on, get an investigation started, then bring it out on social media. You know what I mean? But to bring it out on social media first, I don't too agree with that. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't too agree with that. And like as I said, guys, I'm not defending anyone, but a lot of people are throwing around blames and throwing it towards Dr. Love, and you know what I mean? And based on what Dr. Love said on his lives, compared to what Kamar said on his live, Dr. Love's not really lying, because whatever Dr. Love got came from Kamar. You know what I mean? It came from Kamar, because even, you see, to me, Congo and his wife, them a play a hypocrite between the two of them. Them a play a hypocrite between. You read that was sent to Kamar's phone from Congo, or what do you mean, Congo, whatever the name is. You could tell that these text messages weren't altered, because him can't read for shit, and him can't spell for shit. And exactly how he writes on his Facebook wall or on his Instagram wall, that's exactly how the text messages were. So I don't think nobody made up that text. I think that is authentic, if you ask me. And, you know, based on look, modern TV, look, as I said, I don't know the dude. I don't know none of his songs. I have nothing against this guy. But I'm just speaking on what I have seen. You guys notice how long it took me to come out and say anything in regards to this? It took me a while, because I wanted to listen to what everybody else have to say and put my own two and two together. All I'm saying is that if he did it, he's wrong, and he needs to go to prison for it, including the wife. Now, if this situation is fake, Kamar needs to be held responsible for it also. Right? If it's fake, he needs to be held responsible. And if it's true, he also still needs to be held responsible, because of the fact that he knew about this and said nothing and decided to come on social media and out Congo or Cargo, whatever I name. Right? That's all I'm saying in regards to that. I'm not picking no sides. I'm just telling it how I see it. Right? And for him not to come out and say anything, it's making him look guilty. It's not looking good on his part. It's really not. Right? It's really not. But as I said, his wife came out and said something. We need to hear from him. Not once did I ever hear him say, or maybe I missed it, but not once, even before he retained his lawyer, the wife came and spoke in regards to it. He said nothing. He did not even say I lied to Mattel Pami. The wife is the one that's speaking up. Why is it so hard for you to come out and say, look, a rumor that must spread upon me. Me love my stepchild, or whatever the case is. You know what I mean? I wouldn't do something like that. Just say something. Say something. Because when you sit there and not say anything, it going to look away. It going to make you look like you're guilty all when you're not guilty. So I'm not picking sides, man. And this thing is bigger than all of us. And when I look and watch certain people live and some of the things that they're talking about, bitch, sit the fuck down. You don't need to be talking in regards to this because you yourself prostituted out your damn kids them. So you don't need to be up in this. This is bigger than all of us, bigger than you. So for you to come in and talk about, oh, this, girl, bye, shut the fuck up, sit down somewhere. Why should he address Dr. Love? Tamar, seriously, Tamar, like, see, Tamar, you're talking like an uneducated fool right now. I'm not saying for him to address Dr. Love. Dr. Love was never the one that came out with the story, Tamar, or Tamara, whatever the hell your name is. I'm just saying, everybody on social media is running with this story. At least come out and say something. Why are you sitting there tight-lipped? So for you to be saying, oh, people, he don't need to say, this is not about Dr. Love. This is about proving his, or trying to prove his innocence. Has nothing to do with Dr. Love. Right? And, I mean, this is just, honestly, if the situation is true, it's really sad. And all of them, including Kemar, needs to be locked up. If that's the case. Because if he knew about it and said nothing to the authorities, he need to go to prison too. Because something like this, you don't bring it out on social media first. There's ways to do things. Okay, but if his lawyer said not to say anything, just come out and say, look, guys, we retained a lawyer and the lawyer says it's best for us not to speak in regards to it. End the story. Right? End the story. But I mean, like, for people to just come out and, if this, as I said, if this is fake and Kemar is making this up, I'm wicked. I'm wicked. Because I have kids of my own and I would never want somebody to come and run with a story like that where it's not true. You know what I mean? When, like, us as bloggers, we'll take jabs at each other and that's fine. You know what I mean? We'll take jabs at each other and that's cool. Like, we're adults, you know? But when kids are involved, guys, there is no thin line for me. When kids are involved, it shouldn't happen, period. You know what I mean? Certain things should not happen when kids are involved. And when kids are involved, I hold this very personal. I take it very personal. So, for whoever wants to sit there and think, oh, I'm taking sides or whatever. No, it's not about taking sides. I'm just, I can only speak on what I have observed. And based on jizz and him not saying nothing, all that, it's kind of making him look guilty. And I pray to God that he is really not guilty, you know what I mean? But if he's guilty, from him straight down to Kemar need to be locked up because they all knew about it and said nothing. And that's where I have a problem. Who knows? Maybe they threatened the little picnic. And kids tend to be timid at times. But, I mean, and we also have to look at the fact that if this is true and the child is afraid in the home, why didn't the child say something to somebody at school? So there's always something to look at, you know what I mean? Like, this is a hard one because when it comes to everybody out there that's talking about it, and based on the evidence that were presented, him look guilty. But then when you sit down and look at it deeply, you know, and think, okay, they said that he back a gun on the 16-year-old 3 times or whatever the case is. And I've seen, to me, size of that, I don't think, okay, him being sick gun on him maybe once or twice or whatever, that child to a friend or, you know, say something to a relative or something. That kid don't look like he would probably sit down there and, you know, I don't know if I too buy that. But when it comes to the little girl now, that's the part that bothers me. That's really bothers me. Because, I mean, if this little girl's afraid and if they're beating her or whatever the case is, and, you know, she can't speak up for herself, somebody needs to speak up for her. And maybe that's what Kemar did. But in my opinion, Kemar waited too long. It seems to me, you know, the way it would want to look, it looked like something went down with whatever business deal, Cargo, Congo, whatever. And Kemar had decided to out him in regards to the child molestation thing. And if that's the case, then he's a fucking hypocrite himself, because you and you see that something, and you see that a child is being molested or abused, and because of money you're gonna hold your lip and not say nothing. You're a fucking hypocrite yourself. That means, say, you would have sit down and watch somebody molest your money too, right? That could be the story. But then, right, he could, you know, I don't know, boy. This one, big ways, guys. My battery's low. I just wanted to put that in, and that's just my opinion on the situation, right? Peace out.